Okay, the reason that promo is so important, if you weren't on Getter over the weekend, you wouldn't have seen the big news that Marjorie Taylor Greene broke about this conference call they had yesterday with the senior leaders. You know, Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Austin, General Austin, Secretary of Defense, Blinken, the hapless pencil neck Secretary of State. You wouldn't have heard it and seen it. That's why you got to get on Getter now, because they've been shut down. Natalie Winters, they shut us down. Twitter and these guys. In YouTube, all of it. Google banned us, shut us down consistently about the Wuhan lab. And now you're seeing a year and a half later, it's all coming out. Wall Street Journal today, I believe they call it a gain of function, which is gain of function is a fancy scientific term. We've used it from the beginning, so you knew the nomenclature, for a bioweapon, weaponizing these viruses. Natalie Winters, give us your assessment of is there a cover-up at NIH? Is Collins and Fauci covering things up? And we need a full forensic audit of Afghanistan. We need a full forensic audit of the Fed. We need a full forensic audit of NIH and Wuhan
And
lab.
a full forensic audit of the Wuhan lab. You took the words right out of my mouth. But no, we're sitting here criticizing the Chinese Communist Party for their cover-up of COVID-19's origins. But I think that you're seeing a very similar play coming out of course, the taxpayer-funded National Institutes of Health. You were talking about a very recent Wall Street Journal article entitled "The World Needs to Know What Happened at the Wuhan Lab." It was penned by Dr. Mark Siegel and also the former CDC director, Dr. Robert Redfield. And in their own words, they say, and I quote, "That's gain of function," end quote, while referencing the type of studies that were being conducted by Fauci-funded researchers in tandem with people at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. And they go on to detail these kind of humanized mice models, which is something that really dovetails, again, with National Pulse reporting. We put out a story about a month ago about how Dr. Shijung Li, who was, of course, kind of the point person on bat coronaviruses at the Wuhan Institute of Virology, she gave a 30-minute presentation documenting the type of research that she does at her facility. And in addition to listing the NIH as one of her longtime collaborators, along with Peter Daszak and, of course, Ralph Baric, she actually offers a personal thank you to none other than Dr. Ralph Baric for him giving her these humanized mice models to conduct these experiments. So, and again, this also comes on the heels of the NIH grant database being taken down, unable to search. Of course, that very controversial grant to EcoHealth Alliance was also taken down as part of that total wipe. So this really is a cover-up that is comparable to, I would say, that of the Chinese Communist Party. And I think it's not so much that big tech is silencing us because, they think we're crazy. They're silencing us to defend the people who their allegiance lies with, whether that be the Biden regime, these, scientism elites over at the NIH like Fauci and Collins, or even people like Dr. Tedros over at the World Health Organization. So it's no surprise that, for over a year now, they've been silencing us. But I really do believe that the truth will and continue to come out.
It's going to continue to come out because they got a hammer like you at National Pulse, Raheem Kassam, the publisher, and a hammer like you is going to be relentless. Natalie Winters not going to give up. She's going to continue to hammer. And the truth is coming out. And we're going to hold people responsible and accountable for what they did. What did they do? When did they do it? Right? And why did they do it? Natalie Winters, how do people get to you on social media? How do they follow your reporting?
Thank you. I am Natalie G. Winters on all platforms, including Getter, which is my personal favorite.
Natalie, thank you very much for taking time away today to join us.